Thanks everyone for joining us here at Fusion On Demand. I'm Louise Plunkett, the International Product Strategy Director for D2L.
And I'm Danielle Burt, Lead Solution Engineer at D2L.
We're so excited to be here presenting this higher education deep dive session where we can zoom in and take a deeper look into some of what you've seen in Solution Spotlight today. We are deeply humbled by the unwavering dedication of our higher education partners, who continue to champion education as the cornerstone of a successful future for society. This year, we've worked alongside you in new ways, helping you navigate uncharted territories with the North Star guiding your path towards equitable access and impactful learning experiences for all. As your partner in education, we're here to support your goals with thoughtful, reliable technology. Education should never feel transactional or robotic. It should be personalized, education that's truly one size fits me. We're thrilled to walk this path with you together. You, our higher education partners, are working tirelessly to rebuild curriculums, streamline the path to skill development, and bridge the gap between theory and real-world application, all while being mindful of the well-being of your staff and students. And we know it's a heavy burden, but we're proud to stand with you, providing thoughtful and supportive technology. We're not just building tools for the sake of it. We're working alongside you to define and deliver solutions that address real challenges in higher education today. Every solution we build is crafted with purpose. We don't rush features through the pipeline carelessly. The tools we're delivering today are designed to have lasting impact on those who teach and learn with them. The technology behind these solutions must be responsible, sustainable, and user-centric. We want every user to feel like what they do matters, and that's why we invest so heavily in usability, accessibility, and design. As we walk through these elevated workflows and enhanced tools we've developed since we were in Toronto with you at Fusion last year, we aim to give you a glimpse of how Brightspace is saving educators time, engaging students, sparking the desire for lifelong learning, and all while unburdening your administrators. Let's start with the educators in mind. Today, educators face a multitude of challenges and constraints vying for their time and attention. Issues like rapid technological change and increasing research pressures can create barriers, making it difficult for them to deliver the high-quality learning experiences they aspire to provide. Educators want to provide excellent learning experiences for all, but in today's world, it's a monstrous challenge. Educators today are not only required to master a wide range of modalities and technologies to support in-person, online, flipped, blended, and other classroom models, but they're also grappling with the level of customization needed to address the diverse needs of their students. The challenge is creating a truly inclusive digital learning experience. Additionally, with larger cohorts than ever before, managing personalization with such large class sizes has become a significant struggle.
So I'll ask the audience today, are you wondering in which ways D2L has demonstrated its commitment to help these educators save time while effectively accomplishing their work? Well, I'm here to tell you that we are continuing to provide educators with solutions that help you achieve more in less time with the same materials.
This year, we continue to push forward on our commitment to deliver comprehensive, rich workflows that support your user experience. Just like in previous years, 2025 saw us working through some initiatives that spanned multiple roadmap delivery cycles, this time to ensure we covered all the bases in making evaluation easier. Some of you might remember a time when grading, assessments, and rubrics across different tools weren't always aligned. Of course you remember. You sent us pies about it. Throughout these cycles, we've rolled out hundreds of features and modifications through our monthly releases, ultimately culminating in 8 major product milestones. With the recent delivery of our new quiz evaluation and our quick eval updates, which allow seamless evaluation across all assessment types, we're proud to say we've successfully wrapped up this project. This means beautiful, consistent experience for anyone evaluating in Brightspace. And large-scale usability improvements have taught us valuable lessons about user experience since the early versions of our LMS. We consult with you through your account teams, and at events like this one, we consider your PI submissions, and we conduct hundreds of UX and design research sessions each year. We work tirelessly to provide excellent teaching and learning experiences by incorporating your feedback into projects like the Daylight experience, consistent activity creation, and inline activities display, which is something we're proud of. These major usability projects have something in common. They were all improvements made to existing tools and workflows. A lot has changed in 25 years of EdTech, and you shouldn't be forced to use clunky tools. Throughout all of these projects, we offered early access to test changes, opt-ins for experience options. We gave you support for planning the rollout of these updates that kept your team in the driver's seat about when and how to make the changes. Our thoughtful design and delivery continues to play a pivotal role in building meaningful and consistent workflows. We're especially proud of the strides we've made enriching the new content experience as part of our ongoing quest to offer an excellent content experience for all.
And speaking of new content experience, you may have noticed that I'm actually in the new content experience right now in Brightspace. So let's pop out of that and see how it is designed to make learning smoother, faster, and more intuitive for everyone, but with more features of the ones you love from Brightspace. So first up, we heard you, and we've put next and previous buttons right in line, and this will make a big impact. Students can now move through content like flipping pages in a book, keeping them focused and in the flow. And now we have content search. No more endless scrolling. Learners can now find exactly what they need when they need it with a quick keyword search. It's all about saving time and reducing friction. We've also added document descriptions for uploaded files. So if I have a PowerPoint or a PDF in here, like the human skeleton, I can add clarity here with a detailed description to help my students know exactly what they're opening and why it matters. We've added dates to clearly articulate when things are available. And finally, I wanted to toggle over into the student experience so we can see our recent release of completion tracking. So Amy here knows exactly where she's completed and where she still needs to track through her content to get that check mark. Together, these updates make Brightspace easier to navigate, more personalized, and more powerful for both learners and educators. Consistent evaluation wasn't the only place we've made adjustments to support educators managing those large cohorts of diverse learners. We've also begun to give some love to the groups management tool. So if I head into this groups area, you can see exactly how I've created lots of groups for this particularly large class. But you may have noticed as I click through this screen is we now have import and export buttons. This allows you at scale for instructors to create groups with ease without having to do multiple clicks within this tool. Managing large cohorts just got a whole lot easier in Brightspace. We heard you loud and clear, and 200 users per group as a restriction just wasn't cutting it anymore. That's why we're expanding the group enrollment limit from 200 to a massive 3,000 users. This change is rolling out this fall and is just the beginning. Some other areas that are coming up next in the group's improvement are API improvements to ensure group data stays consistent and reliable across your systems, more groups per category, giving you the flexibility to organize your classes your way, and enhance group category filters so you can find and manage groups faster than ever. With these enhancements, educators will be able to configure and manage groups at scale, whether you're teaching 30 students or 3,000. It's all about giving you the tools to support every learner in every class size. We've recently released further support for assessment workflows in large cohorts and in co-taught models. We've released in the statistics page of a particular quiz, easy to use filters here that allow you to group or view by sections and groups across your massive and large courses. Here I can zero in on a particular section or group and really understand the user statistics, and question details for that particular audience. This is an effort to present consistent filters across our tools that you use every day to divide by groups and sections, like the existing gradebook and class list filters, as well as continuing this to our assessment tools.
Thanks, Danielle. I think it's worth sharing that this is what sets D2L apart from the rest, our commitment to listening and incorporating client and user feedback into the release process. For example, this update on the filterable statistics for groups and sections comes from our customer requests. And it's especially noticeable, I think, with the assessments capabilities in the platform. 20 updates that went into assessments in quiz and assignments since we stood at Fusion last year actually generated from the Product Ideas Exchange or our PI program. So keep them coming. And we're not stopping here. As you heard in the solution spotlight, we're about to deliver our number one top requested pie at nearly 1,000, okay, 860 votes. Print quiz. We've shared with you in the past a community contributed widget, and you've been getting creative with other workarounds for this feature for years. But the way that we've carefully designed this offline quiz capability is really special. Take it away, Danielle.
Let's take a look at the new quiz printing interface in Brightspace, designed with flexibility and instructor control in mind. On the left here, you can see a clean preview of the quiz itself, making it easy to review questions before printing, but the real power lies on the right side of the screen, where instructors can fine-tune the quiz and how it's printed. You can randomize questions, choose whether to include an answer key, and adjust formatting options to suit your needs. Whether you're printing for an in-class delivery, accommodations, or archiving, this level of customization means you're not locked into one-size-fits-all format. You can tailor printed quiz to match your teaching style, your student needs, and your assessment goals. It's all about giving educators more control and more flexibility and a better experience for both online and on paper.
Is that all we've done with quizzes, Danielle?
No, Louise, we've even put an easy button right from within quizzes here, where if I'm grading and I wanted to, in a live quiz, easily reopen a quiz, I can simply, in one click, click Erin's attempt one, and it's a single button to reopen that attempt and allow Erin to continue going.
Fantastic.
I want to just let that sink in, the amount of investment D2L has made in making assessments easier. But also, we've added robust functionality and still maintained ease of use. We've shown you today the updated, consistent evaluation experience for quizzes that match the other assessments. We've shown you powerful filters within the quiz statistics area for large classes, and the ability to reopen quiz attempts that are live. We've allowed rubrics to be attached to written response questions and quizzes to expand grading within quizzes. And we've even added session ID to our real-time quiz attempt logs for greater academic integrity visibility. We've elevated the quiz completion imagery to be more professional and clear. And drum roll, please, we've even added H5P question types within Brightspace quiz question building experience for flexible and engaging assessment.
These are all very exciting updates. I love hearing that we've been so thoughtful and flexible about the ways and the reasons educators may need to use the quiz tool in different circumstances. And on that H5P, last year, when we were here, we talked a lot about creating the best, most interactive learning experiences and how we were equipping you with a suite of sophisticated yet easy to use tools, including Creator Plus with the acquisition of H5P and new features we were launching in D2L Lumi. It would be really hard to top that news, but today we're here to show you how we build on what we've already created. While not every customer needs access to every tool we develop for their specific use case, there are some accelerator features that will have an impact on all of our customers. And one of those key developments is Create Space, a dedicated authoring and management environment for content. This is our next generation toolset for content creation, organization, and seamless deployment to Brightspace, all from one place. Now, all modern LMS systems offer some form of a content library or repository, along with methods for templating courses. These features help us to share and centrally manage learning content, often serving as mission-critical components. They offer capabilities like dynamically linking to learning objects and version control. However, the challenge today is that the designs for these systems are all over 10 years old. So with CreateSpace, we've taken a step back and reimagined content management for 2025. It was a natural fit to base some of CreateSpace's workflows in our existing media library, which already sits above the course level. Not only does it already have the look and feel of a modern Brightspace interface, but it also supports important features like searching, filtering, edit, versioning, ownership, and even a recycling bin for item recovery. From the engineering side, we're very confident in the technology behind Media Library. It's fully capable of supporting media streaming at virtually any scale, since we use the same technology that powers Netflix. This infrastructure already supports streaming and storing all of your audio and video files, along with media processing. We've also provided you with features like chaptering, basic editing, and automatic captions dating back to 2021, 2022 timeframe, if I'm not mistaken. And we understand the power of this library. We're excited to expand the types of content it supports. So in addition to media, we're streamlining the creation and management of learning content in a space dedicated just to that. We've expanded support for various content types, including pages, documents, images, and SCORM objects. And now we're going to be adding learning activities and assessments as well.
As you heard from Louise just now, we are expanding those content types. Our new Create space has so many workflows that will make educators' lives easier and make course management scalable. We can organize folders here, clearly add collaborators. We can transfer ownership and even edit versions. Additionally, we are looking to expand the content topics to even creating content right in line. So you can see that there's an opportunity to dynamically create content and link it across to multiple courses.
Thanks, Danielle. Next up, we're going way beyond basic folder support for organizing objects in your library. We're introducing the source course, designed to accelerate the scalability of content distribution while providing a secure home for your learning content. By decoupling the creation of content from the delivery, we've reimagined authoring and content sharing for 2025. Not only does this provide a safe environment where educators and instructional designers can create and author content without worrying that students might prematurely access it, it's also the space where you can create diverse sizes and sequences of learning materials, allowing you to repurpose and distribute your content to a wider audience, such as for a skills-focused continuing education course. Earlier iterations of the master course model in all systems tended to be copy-heavy. Content distribution often relied on a combination of links to libraries and videos, with local copies of files and pages in multiple course copies. And even with the best intentions and a great starting model and push capabilities, it was only a matter of time before you ended up needing to change some, but not all of the courses. And once again, this becomes a challenge to ensure everyone is using the right version of things. With the source course in CreateSpace, we're going to make it easy for you to manage reusability and templating for learning materials and courses and give you granular control over which courses are changed with push updates. We're already working on this, and it's about to hit non-production sites in closed beta for our Creator Plus entitled customers. But don't worry, you won't miss out. Come October, we'll be delivering this functionality to all Brightspace customers.
And as if that's not exciting enough, we've continued to release features in other areas of the platform, more specifically D2L Lumi features that help educators save time and get back into the meaningful side of teaching and learning, engaging with students. You may have already seen this, but Brightspace allows you to generate content inline that is accessible from an uploaded file. Let's see how that works today. I'm going to simply drag and drop a document that is inaccessible, has inaccessible images, and isn't inline, and I'm going to bring that directly into Brightspace.
And if I may, while that generates, Danielle, some of you in the room will be familiar with Quality Matters, a nonprofit organization focused on education quality assurance. Quality Matters was founded to address a common challenge faced by institutions. How do we measure and guarantee the quality of a course? Since I can't keep up with AI's speed, I'll fast forward and tell you how QM is working to solve this challenge. They do it by publishing standards for quality and instructional design practices. For higher education, Quality Matters has developed a course design rubric. Not only do we incorporate these standards into the HTML templates we provide in Brightspace, but more recently, we've collaborated closely with Quality Matters to ensure we've integrated these standards into the ways that Lumi generates learning content that follow strong pedagogical practices. The result of this collaboration is Education First AI, powered by pedagogy.
And I'm not sure if everyone heard that, but Louise mentioned that we can actually apply Quality Matters templates. So right within this generation here, I can simply select a Quality Matters template that would have the brand look and feel and expected pedagogical structures of a proper content page. But for today's purposes, I'm going to just pick a branded template that matches your consistent look and feel across your institution so that you have inline and beautiful content pages. We'll save that, and then we will generate that content so we can review it and put that human first workflow. Let's take a moment to celebrate just how far Lumi has come since we launched last year at Fusion. Not only are we just importing a inaccessible document and now presented with a beautiful, accessible content page that has your branding and look and feel, but we've also added different areas of Lumi support throughout teaching and learning. So whether it be Lumi Ideas, where you can generate assessments across discussions and assignments to help you brainstorm engaging activities, or Lumi Quizzes, where you can take assessments to the next level, helping instructors create formative and summative quizzes with AI-generated questions aligned to learning outcomes. Or whether it's the Lumi Outcomes, helping you align content and assessments to learning goals, ensuring everything maps back to what really matters. And finally, Lumi Practices as a game changer to personalizing learning. It generates that practice question in line, tailoring to the course content, helping students reinforce their understanding at their own pace. But let's summarize that in a visual using our H5P game map technology to bring that to life.
That's great, Danielle. I love this game map. This is all going to support our educators in achieving more in less time with the same materials as they've already used. And we're not going to stop here. On top of the exciting features Danielle's just shown you, in the coming 6 months, we'll continue launching features in Lumi for educators and course designers that support modifying existing content with AI, real-time preview for page and question modifications, extended Lumi outcome support into quiz questions, and adding question feedback generation to Lumi quiz questions as well. Up to now, we've shown you the ways that Lumi workflows have been designed in support of educators and course builders to create rich and effective learning materials in Brightspace. Our more recent efforts like Lumi Study Support turn quizzes into study loops for learners, and the upcoming Lumi Insights are about directly assisting in the learning moment itself, helping with teaching and learning tasks. Danielle, can you take the group through what this offers?
Absolutely. So let's summarize study support for our learners. Let's go back to Amy's experience, and she's going to take a business and economics quiz that is represented as the inline view in new content experience. In this inline view, she can clearly see her overall grade, but her attempts below with the individual and personalized quiz results using study support. You can see in her attempt one, she got a pretty low score of 33%. And if I click into the study support quiz results, which happens in real time when she submits that quiz, you can see she has a lot of suggested material to review across a number of different questions. This allows her real-time, clickable, and targeted remedial material for her to improve her questions as she attempts a second time. You can see she improves quite a bit. And now her study support results have updated as she in real time submits, where it gives her feedback of additional material that she still got wrong and things that she would benefit from reviewing as she has time. This provides a single screen to show that improvement over time and give her that personalized experience. But then extending beyond study support, we want to talk through how the recently released Lumi Insights will connect the personalized supports into the course insights for the instructor to improve assessment quality and content engagement. So I'm going to toggle back into my view as the instructor, and let's jump into that same quiz that Amy was just participating in. Now I have that consistent inline view, but now as the instructor, where clearly below the Lumi Insights are rendered in line to help me gauge how my users are interacting with this particular quiz. I can see that my class is struggling the most with one quiz question, and across the whole class, we can see this relevant data that helps me target my improvements for the quiz results. I can even see that the most suggested content for students using study support is this pestle analysis. This helps me improve my quiz iteratively and make sure I'm focusing all of my content aligned to student success in the quiz. Lumi Insights gives instructors exactly the info that will matter the most, not the whole course report. Both are examples of adaptive done right. The tools you know are infused with intelligence, bringing you exactly what you need to adapt your learning or teaching.
Thanks, Danielle. It's exciting to see that all come to life. And in the next 6 months, we'll continue to deliver you rich capabilities like the ability to use AI and data to deliver adaptive learning paths, guide interventions, and support meaningful human connection. all in the aid of improving learner success. And speaking of success, we talk a lot about learning outcomes, metrics, completion rates. But before all that, what about joy? I don't mean the kind that comes at graduation, but the kind that happens in the middle when something just clicks. That's what we're here to talk about. I'd like you to meet Amy Chen. She's a second year student at a University of Applied Sciences in Arizona, studying digital engineering. She's bright, driven, and like many students, she juggles school with a part-time job, extracurriculars, and the pressure to be job ready fast. One evening, she's reviewing a dense module on systems logic, diagrams, definitions, the kind of content that's crucial and tough to internalize. But embedded in the content is this, a simple formative activity. It's a logic gate, a prediction challenge. It's short, it's optional, and it's interactive. Amy taps an answer. It's wrong, but the feedback explains why. She tries again, and she tries again. And in those few minutes on the train, she moves from reading about logic to actually thinking in logic. And then it happens, the moment of clarity, the joy of learning. It's not because she passed a test. It's not because of a grade. It's because she understood something. She learned through doing, through struggle, and that felt good. That's the heart of our strategy. Learning isn't just about results. It's about creating moments that feel good because they're meaningful. Formative activities aren't just a nice to have. They build confidence. They give learners momentum and they lead to mastery, not just memory. This is some of the ways that we bring joy to the learning process itself.
So let's see that come to life with Amy's experience in an anatomy course where she can click through interactives that really bring to life important material and allow her to iteratively improve. She'll simply click that next button in New Content Experience, review an inline document that has description text, and then she'll head into a really engaging page that brings to life that teaching and learning. Whether it's keywords that she's clicking through that she has to remember for this material, whether it's an interactive video that she can click and assess her knowledge. So I'll simply click play, fast forward to the part where there's a question. It will pop up asking me to test my knowledge and see that I got that correct. We can watch an inline video from YouTube and even interact with a 3D model of a heart. This really brings revolutionary technology in an online environment to allow her to better learn, better understand the material, and then to apply her knowledge. She can see these show and hide answer as simple flashcard-like question types and improve her learning as she navigates down the page. We can even connect back to that 3D model and ask her to sort different steps of the different nodes that she interacted with. All of this is bringing to life materials that she needs to review and giving her that iterative feedback of how she can improve and try again.
And I think once she does a little bit more practicing, she will also receive the joy of learning.
Yes.
It's through the joy in learning that we aim to spark the desire for lifelong learning. Universities today must go beyond delivering degree programs. The true power of education lies in fostering a culture where learning is not just about completing assignments or achieving grades, but about igniting a deeper desire to learn and grow continuously. Institutions should focus on cultivating curiosity, resilience, and a love for learning that extends beyond the classroom and continues throughout life. As we look to the story of Amy Chen, we see a perfect example of this transformation. It's not just the degree she's pursuing, it's the learning process itself that becomes rewarding. And by embracing interactive and activated learning through the kinds of exercises we just saw Amy having some success with, higher education institutions can offer students more than just knowledge. They can create moments where the process of learning itself becomes intrinsically motivating. These moments not only build confidence, but also propel students toward mastery, encouraging them to continue seeking knowledge long after graduation. It's this focus on the joy of learning and the confidence that it builds that lies at the heart of lifelong learning journey. And just as students like Amy Chen are encouraged to embrace lifelong learning, institutions themselves must evolve to meet the growing demand for continuous education. Over the past few years, we've seen an increasing number of our educational partners approach us with new and creative ways to use Brightspace beyond traditional credit-bearing degree offerings. These use cases span across continuing education and upskilling courses, industry partnerships, and a lot of other innovative learning initiatives. At D2L, we are uniquely positioned to support these initiatives because our platform isn't just designed for academic programs. It's also being used by a wide range of industries for professional learning. From medical fields like nursing, psychology, and general practitioners to industry leaders in accounting, we're helping organizations deliver impactful training and upskilling programs that support ongoing professional development. And by working with institutions and industries alike, we can ensure that learning doesn't end with a degree. Instead, we're here helping create pathways for individuals to keep growing, developing, and adapting through their careers, all while leveraging the same platform that powers their formal education. This shift towards more flexible, continuous learning is essential for both the learners and the institutions that support them. And for those of you who need to think about how to implement these expansion opportunities at your institutions, know that we've not missed your needs in all of this. Institutions have tighter budgets with less instructional design staff. And we know that Gen AI technology lowers the amount of human hours needed to accomplish some tasks. We also know that you are the subject matter experts and that you have all this great knowledge already tucked safely away in your degree courses. That's why we'll soon be bringing you the Lumi expansion to scale, remix, and adapt content for different audiences and pedagogical purposes using AI and create space to bolster efficiencies in delivering them. So as I stand up here discussing the importance of diversifying learning and course offerings for a variety of purposes, whether for traditional degrees, non-degree credentials, or for professional development, I'm also acknowledging the challenge that many of you face balancing multiple learning models at once. Institutions are now tasked with not only supporting students pursuing formal degrees, but also offering opportunities for learners looking to demonstrate specific skills to employers through non-degree credentials. And for many of you, Brightspace is already at the center of your efforts to support for professional development. I know some of you are sitting there thinking, how am I supposed to fit this into an already packed schedule? Or who is going to manage and run this diverse set of use cases? It's a valid concern. Expanding learning opportunities and adapting to new models of education may seem overwhelming, especially when the resources are already stretched thin. But this is where we come in. At D2L, we're not just offering you a tool, we're offering you a solution that is designed to work smarter, not harder. Brightspace can help you manage the complexity of these different use cases efficiently with streamlined workflows, automated systems, and easy integration of multiple learning pathways. We understand that your time and resources are limited, and our goal is to help you maximize impact without overburdening your teams. Together, we can expand your reach to all learners without adding unnecessary complexity or strain. And that's why we're here to show some love to our administrators. This next section is aimed at you, and we're going to take a look at some of the great new capabilities you can leverage to streamline and safely delegate some of these essential tasks.
That's right, Louise. You heard in the Solution Spotlight, folks, about how we partnered with one of our biggest institutions, SUNY, to develop a workflow to better enhance distributed admin abilities. We could do a lot within roles and permissions and Brightspace's organizational structure, but we needed to do more. So today I'm going to walk through just the initial release of how we are helping to unburden administrators through distributed admin. You know this tool within course administration. Well, we're introducing distributed administration to give universities the ability to delegate admin tasks across sub-org units in the organizational structure while maintaining maximum security, privacy, and control. This empowers departments and campuses to manage their own courses, grade schemes, and branding without compromising control. The initial release will be made available to our customers later this fall and will include support for users, courses, course updater, and org unit editor. Following the initial release, support will be added for homepages, nav bars, themes, widgets, and grade schemes. This is all going to be menu options within that sub-organizational unit within your overall structure, which means you can access the top-level tools, but have it locally permissioned to only show you what you should see. When showing the user's capability, for example, typical LMS distributed admin involves workarounds and risks. For example, you might have to create sub accounts that control their own users, but they also can view everyone else's user accounts, which we absolutely don't want. In Brightspace, we are the first academic LMS to smooth away these risks and limitations and give you a true distributed administration workflow. To continue the theme of unburdening administrators, and for our IT folks who are dealing with course migration, we wanted to improve the insight, logging, and visibility of your course imports as you do bulk course migration. Bulk migration is a strength of Brightspace in all of our implementations to make sure you don't lose your hard work and can pick up where you left off when you use Brightspace. So I'm just going to showcase here the bulk course import view where it allows you to set up a queue in real time to import massive amounts of course packages while you even sleep at night. This allows you to have a clear visibility into how they're importing and detailed logs associated with those imports, really helping to scale course migration. And I know it's crazy to say, but make course migration easy. And finally, in support of unburdening those who help us understand our impact and success across our advanced analytics tool, we recently released some enhancements to allow you to integrate data from other systems into Brightspace's Analytics Builder as a part of our Performance Plus toolset. In addition to Brightspace granular data sets within Data Hub, you can now combine data from other systems of record and enable you to gain holistic insights into dashboards in Analytics Builder. Just to detail this, there are 22 supported off-the-shelf connectors that will now be available within Analytics Builder. This set of enriched out-of-the-box connections will accelerate your ability to enhance reporting capabilities with a wider range of data points, improve decision-making, basing your strategies on more complete sets of information, and gain richer insights and enhance efficiency and productivity by allowing teams to focus on analyzing the data and deriving insights rather than spending time on data collection and preparation.
What a great enhancement. I love off-the-shelf capabilities. We've got more coming here too. We're working hard at bringing data to your fingertips with more ready-to-use analytics and insights. We're working on this already, and you'll start to see this becoming ready to test and implement later this year. Our goal with expanding our ready-to-use analytics is to accelerate time to insight, help you to improve student outcomes, to democratize data across your organization, scaling to meet your institutional needs, and maximize your LMS ROI.
And then there's one final admin interface that I wanted to showcase today.
Oh,
Something that you may have seen for a number of years. I'd be curious, are folks familiar with this manage courses area? I imagine so, but maybe not for positive feelings about it. So I wanted to really call attention to the newly and wonderfully updated courses tool that is replacing that manage courses console. This matches the user interface and accessibility that you have come to love from Brightspace and really provides easy single-click workflows to create courses manually in the system. This is allowing you to create those one-off course offering spaces that you might need without a huge amount of clicks and confusing terminology and an interface that doesn't even look like Brightspace. Really completing the impact on the administrator workflows throughout the system across courses, data, and course migration to really seamlessly unburden the administrator workflows.
this is great to see, Danielle. More modernization of Brightspace. And although we showed you a new tool, worry not, we haven't removed the tool that you know and love with our map graphic. It will still remain there and suits some of your more complex workflows. We are going to continue to add features that already exist into the new courses interface over time, and you will be freely able to plan your adoption and transition over as you feel the features you need are ready in the new interface. For the foreseeable future, we'll have both interfaces available and you can choose the one that suits you best.
All right, we've covered a lot today. So to recap what we've covered, we've worked to help educators save time, unburden administrators, and engage learners in the joy of learning. With tools like QuickEval, CreateSpace, and Lumi, we're empowering institutions to focus on what matters, impactful, personalized education. Together, we're shaping the future of learning, supporting educators, and building a love for lifelong learning in students.
As we continue to innovate, we're not stopping here. With new tools, AI-powered features, and expanded capabilities on the horizon, we're committed to supporting you in achieving more with less effort and having greater impact. Together, we'll continue to shape the future of education, fostering environments where learners thrive and educators succeed. In aid of both of those efforts, we're dramatically expanding the teaching and learning function of D2L Lumi Chat and introducing an AI-assisted grading with D2L Lumi Feedback in collaboration with our partners at LearnWise. But what does that mean? Lumi Chat could already answer questions about any Brightspace help topic and other campus help materials. Now it can answer questions about course materials too, both structural types of questions like, can you make me a study guide for the midterm? Or when's the next assignment due? But also learning oriented, like, can you make me flashcards about the last two chapters? Or could you role play a scenario with me? The new D2L Lumi Chat builds questions, flashcards, and similar items like this using H5P interactives. And building on from Lumi Chat, Lumi Feedback is here to make sure students get detailed, considerate feedback on every assignment. As always, instructors retain total control over the feedback itself, but now also over the time they choose to spend administering it. Lumi Feedback doesn't replace human grading. It asks the instructor to read, annotate, and write impressions about the student work, the things that human teachers are great at, and then it will expand that instructor input into a full set of rich rubric level feedback. Danielle, do you have any of these things you could show us a sneak peek at?
Absolutely, Louise. So as we can see on the screen, that familiar Lumi chat that we've used previously, so I'm an administrator, it's allowing me those administrator prompts as more of a support role. But let's jump into Amy's experience and see how she can use it as a study tutor within Lumi Tutor as a chat option. So here she's in that course that she's previously been in, and she can prompt it to write her a study plan. And now we can see in real time, it's creating that weekly study plan based on the course that she's enrolled in. This is providing really detailed information in real time to support her in a tutor-like experience. You'll notice there still is that option at the bottom to contact support, should this be something that is a technical question or prompt. But this is really effective in making sure that Amy has the right tools and the right iteration of tools to impact her learning journey and overall success. We can see at the bottom, it finishes with tips for success. And then there's an opportunity to personalize this plan or have more specifics where she can continue to prompt as you would expect from a GPT-like experience.
This is so exciting, and I can't wait to dig deeper. As always, thank you for partnering with us on this journey. We're so excited about what the future holds, and we look forward to continuing to build on the progress we've made together. To explore more on any of this, to view our 6-month updated product roadmap, and explore even more announcements made at the Solution Spotlight, please visit our website or Fusion on Demand. Thank you all for your time.